For dumbbell deadlifts, I'm gonna have the weights loaded at my sides. Now, the term or the name deadlift means you are lifting dead weight off the ground. So what that means is the weight has to touch the floor on every single rep. So how I'm gonna start the rep is I'm gonna make sure that the way I start my first rep is how I'm going to start every rep going forward in the set. So I don't wanna start at the top. I wanna get set up at the bottom. Again, I want this to mimic a regular barbell deadlift as much as possible. So if you've ever deadlifted with a barbell, you deadlift it from the floor because it is dead weight. You don't start at the top. So how I'm gonna do this with dumbbells is I'm gonna make sure I've got a comfortable stance. I'm gonna stand about hip width apart. I don't wanna go too wide. I also don't want my feet touching. So take a nice comfortable stance. It's gonna differ for each person. I'm gonna go down to pick up the weight the same way I would do it if I was just holding the weight in my hand and going to another rep. So what that means is I'm not just bending over and touching the weight. I'm not just squatting down. I got my core braced. I'm bracing my stomach like someone's about to punch me as hard as they can. I got my butt tight and my shoulders set back like I'm already holding the weight and I'm already pushing my feet into the floor. Then I'm gonna set my hips back, and as my hips go back, my chest is gonna start to drop. I'm gonna start to bend my knees. Once I get to the bottom, I'm gonna get my hands on the weight. Now this is important when you're doing it with dumbbells. I'm gonna tilt the weight forward like this, so the back head of the dumbbell is off the ground and only the top head is touching. Again, this is gonna give me some height off the floor, so it's gonna closely mimic a barbell deadlift. I'm gonna bring my hips down so my knees are bent. I'm gonna set my shoulders back so I got a nice straight back. And I'm gonna think about not lifting the weight. Do not think about picking the weight up. Think about pushing your feet through the floor and then squeezing your butt at the top. Shoulder blades are locked in, abs tight, butt tight, quads tight. Now to get to the next rep, butt goes back, knees start to bend. Keeping those weights locked in like this. I'm not letting them dangle, I'm not letting them swing. Hips back, knees slightly bent. When the head of that dumbbell touches the floor, I drive my feet through the floor again. So the whole time, I'm thinking about pushing the floor away from me, not picking the weight up. Hips go back, push the floor away. Hips go back, push the floor away.